So we back for another weekly watch list call, and we are going to jump straight into the futures. Immediately, I haven't taken a look at things, how they moving right now. We are currently two down on the day, inside week at the moment on ES, NQ, more of the same. Dow, we are a shooter on the day, so it just went 2-2 reversal with that actionable signal, and the Russell is still getting clapped below that point of open interest or anchor VWAP. As far as SPY is concerned, we had a nice finish to the end of the week. And with a high finish at 445.94. We finished two up, all time frame continuity, year, quarter, month, week, day, you name it. It's two up. Materials finished sideways action. We did have a two up. It is an abandoned baby. Right now we are inside quarter hammer. We did a 2-2 reversal on the month this past week on XLB. It is two up on the week. And then with that day, it's a flat two up, looking like it wants to break that range of 86.58 to move up higher. Communications, similar situation, two up on the quarter, inside hammer month up, just did a 2-2 reversal TTO on the week, and we are currently a bearish two up on the day. Volume was pretty low on Friday, just like many other indices. XLE, we are inside down quarter on energy. An inside month currently, everything is pretty flat. That is a doji candle, so could be looking for a reversal back up to 56.65. Right now we are an inside week up, so this would be a 3-1-2 reversal back to the upside, and it is currently an two down on the day. XLF, two up hammer candle on the quarter. We just completed a 3-2-2 on the month. I think 2 weeks ago, we were two up on the week and then two down on the day. So if the volume was low on Friday, it looks like a lot of things are setting up for TTOs, for a little slight corrective activity, because if you look on the day on XLF, things been running up since, looks like the hammer candle on August the 3rd. XLI, inside hammer up quarter, 2-2 reversal on the month. So we're two up on the month, two up on the week, inside down candle on the day. Starting to see a pattern here. XLK, two up on the quarter, two up hammer month, two up hammer week, even though it's bearish, with a 3-2-2, or sorry, a 3-2 reversal on the day. Currently two up on the day. So we do have full time frame continuity on XLK. XLP, bullish. Two up on the quarter, two up hammer on the month. A crazy week last week after crazy 5 days on XLP. Consumer staples has been busting, but you already knew that was going to happen, right? Real estate, two up on the quarter, two up on the month, two up hammer week. No, my apologies. Real estate is setting up a 2-2 rev off the two down green hammer on the week. And right now we are a two up hammer on the day. Forgot, that's the reason why I got in the O. Utilities, two up hammer quarter, two up hammer month, two up hammer week, two up on the week, two up on the day. 97%, a lot of volume moving heavily in the utilities. XLV, healthcare, you know the money's over there. Two up on the quarter, two up on the month. You'll be looking at a 2-2 rev week with a hammer over the price of 133.69, and it finished a 2-1-2 reversal on the day last week. Magnitude on the day is 134.47, all-time high on XLV. Consumer discretionary, things look like they are coiling up for a crazy move up or down. Keep an eye on consumer discretionary. It is currently a spinning top on the quarter, two up, inside down month, back-to-back inside weeks. This past week was bullish. The previous week was bearish. So we could be getting a flip to the upside. 184.69 is the magnitude and the target. and all-time high. If it can break over this range, it does have compound mother bar problems between the prices of 180.32 and 182.61. So a break of 182.61 will give you sure enough clearance to get back to 184.69. Like Boss Gang VIP said, don't get caught up in the chop. Boss Gang VIP, as far as this month heading into the middle of August, what's the almanac telling us? What are we looking like?
The almanac, the almanac is telling us what the charts are, and that we're looking to definitely be bullish. So just a little insight: the Monday before August expiration, the Dow has been up 16 of the last 25. The average gain has been 0.3%. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are expected to be bullish across the board. Dow, SPY, NASDAQ, Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, Dow and SPY typically should lead the way. NASDAQ, Thursday, there should be some profit taken. Get some bearish activity. I'm expecting something in the after hours, but going into Friday, the August expiration day is less bullish lately. The Dow has been down 7 out of the last 10. But the interesting thing about NASDAQ on Friday, it is a 81% chance to be bullish. So I'm taking that into consideration in some of the plays that I'm gonna be looking at. Just overall, most of the week is considered bullish overall. So again, we want to be where the money resides. We don't necessarily worry about what the entire market is doing. We just aware of any circumstances, but it does give us some insight. But stock pickers market, we know where the money resides, and we're gonna find it. But overall, everything's looking up.
Oh, all right, we're gonna get to the chicken real quick. I'm going ahead and run through the setups that I'm looking at for the week. Y'all know how I've been doing since I've gotten moved. I'm very few. I try to work the same plays. Right now, currently, I am in O and I am in NVIDIA. Um, I made a call out after T Bowden came with the love on showing us O. Realty income. Realty income has been on the move right along with real estate. I've been wondering how to take advantage of the plays that have been coming in on real estate. And the chart setup obviously looked fire. There was absolutely nothing to look past whenever it came to this play, particularly. But the thing that caught my attention that I could not ignore, obviously, of the break of this higher wedge on the week with crazy amount of volume pushing up. So the first target that we're looking at is 78.33 and then magnitude on the month. So I did take September calls on this for $75. Now, the beautiful thing about this play that really caught my attention is whenever you pull up the contracts, and this is a beautiful thing for me to go ahead and start this brand new account from scratch with, what I'm saying, with 2K or whatever, is when you look at the September contracts, and I seen the volume and open interest, but the Greeks blew my mind. And then whenever if you were to get to the 78.33 strike, let alone magnitude by September the 17th, now that it has had a crazy push in volume to break over this level of resistance, I believe when we looked at it, the trade was turning $800 into 12 bands. And if you were to get to magnitude, it's $800 into 19 racks. So you do the math, and I will be adding on to this position just like I do the others. The contracts are pretty cheap. Obviously, what I'm saying, I gotta work with my chickens since what I'm saying, we starting from scratch. My second play I'm looking at FDX. FDX currently on the quarter is 2 down on the quarter. but it's looking like it could potentially be a failed quarter. And don't be shocked if FedEx goes outside. We've already seen this setup happen previously with HD. And if you look, it just barely took out the month low of 274.20 and immediately rejected. It did not move in force. The week finished bullish with a hammer on the week, which will signify a 2-2 reversal. Because it took out the low on the month, that would create a broadening formation bottom on the month, giving us a higher low. And then it would flip on the week, making the target 298.50 as far as the magnitude, especially with the gap fill. This just occurred on eBay. This just occurred on eBay with a failed 2 down, immediately went 2 up, and when the day triggered, after that 4 hour, it ripped back to the other side of the range. This is what happens whenever price action fails to move in force. It looks to take out the other side of the range. So keep an eye out for FedEx to move higher. If that occurs and we get a 2-2 reversal on the week over 278.75. My second play, AMD, something simple here. Inside hammer week over the break of 112.33. Target and magnitude that we're looking at is going to be 122.49. I do like the September, trying to think, I think it was a September 120 calls. 37,000 open interest, 13,000 on the volume, 325. The Greeks are fire, 32 cent on the delta, 9 cent on the theta. I'll analyze these afterwards to tell you what that will be back up in magnitude, but it's going to be some fresh chicken. Give yourself some time. It's going to hit. Then I'm looking at QCOM. QCOM, another one of the situations after having a 2-1-2 quarter, pushing back up. Right now it is so QCOM took out the top side of the range on the month, and if it was looking to fail, it would have immediately rejected on the week. Instead, the week turned bullish after a crazy pushback after a gap fill on the day, did a 2-1-2 reversal, and it pushed back up. If it goes 2 off of this hammer week, 2 down green hammer over 149.31, it will look to go back and go up. So basically what occurred here is exhaustion. This is why Wealthy Soon had told us a long time ago when we were playing CRM that whenever you get these weekly and monthly reversals, you need to give yourself time. And Rob always says you don't got to be the first one into play. So whenever it takes out a monthly trigger level, typically you're going to see sideways movement. You've seen a pullback on QCOM. QCOM is now going up after having corrective activity, which is basically a TTO on the week, 2-2 reversal. The magnitude and target that I will be looking at is absolutely 167.58 to the high. That's what I'm looking at. Keeping it very simple this week. Gang, who up? What y'all got for us?
Yeah, I might as well jump on in there. Let get it out the way. You must have been staying with me all weekend, bro. Like, what? We got them in the same thing. All right. I'll jump in real quick because mine will be quick. I gotta say that one for last. I do got a little tricky one, but yeah, bro, that QCOM looks like fire. That weekly reversal over 149.31. And the 4 hour setup is a 2-1-2. If you was an early entry type person. Yeah, those are fire setups. Let me go back here. I got Marvell. Marvell. We've got a few different entry points on this one here, but I really like the Marvell setup. If you look at the 4 hour, you've got a 2-1-1-2 setup above 60.42. And then also on the daily time frame, you've got a Chicago setup on the daily above 60.48. As you can see, that's the 6 cents difference there. And then you've got a 2-2 rev on the week above 61.09. So I really like the setup on Marvell. I'll be taking that trade more than likely. I did analyze some of the contracts already. I'll put that in the Discord. Marvell didn't need a lot of action, didn't need didn't need a lot of movement. We paid pretty decent. So yeah, I like the setup on Marvell. Let me move on to the next one. We went through QCOM. Next one I have here is an XLV play. It's really a laggard. I played it before. You guys know MDT. That's Medtronics. They sell medical supplies and equipment and stuff like that. They supply hospitals and all that kind of stuff. Little diagnostic stuff. So anyway, with MDT, real quick, we've got a 212 set up on a 4 hour above 128.37. And then also we have a weekly reversal 2-2 rev above 129.33. I like this one to push back to magnitude, which would push you right around 132.39. There's also a broadening formation in that same vicinity, I'd say. So that would be a profit taking point for me on this trade if I was to get in it. You've got a hammer on the week. It's actually price is resting on an older broadening formation. So I'm expecting this one to rev. Can't predict when, but I'm expecting this one to rev fairly quickly. And so if you wanted an early entry, you got that 212 set up on the 4 hour. I like the setup here on MDT. It's also a sector play with XLV having a similar setup with the hammer on the week. So going to play the sector. All the big dogs from that sector have already taken off. So just kind of playing a laggard on that one. I did have an EV. I was looking at Neo, which had a let me take a look at Neo real quick. Pull the chart up. So yeah, actually I was looking at Neo for more downside movement. It reversed to the downside last week, but if Neo goes below 40.80, was this 40.61? I think you're gonna get Neo back in the 34, 35 range. So actually, I like the short potential on that Neo play. Let me see what else I have here. I have a few other, I guess you could say like wild card plays. I like, I like Target as well. TGT, it's been kind of taking a downward trajectory on the day as well as like on the micro. There was a smaller broadening formation, a micro one that it touched on Friday. So I'm actually looking, so that's what we got, the bounce on the second 4 hour candle, which you got a hammer on the second 4 hour. So you've got a Chi-Town setup, 312 above 261.60. And your first magnitude is right around 263.70. So I really like that setup. If it does play out that way, I'm just gonna kind of monitor it. And then you've got a daily reversal on Target above at that same level. So if it gets high, if it crosses Friday's high of day, you'll have a daily reversal as well. So that's basically it. There's a lot of other stuff. Y'all actually pointed out a good bit of it. So I'm just kind of monitoring. But those are the main ones I got for this week. And then that Etsy, I really like the way Etsy looked. But yeah, Marvell, QCon.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah. Etsy. I guess I'll run through Etsy real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. I already got the broad information drawn.
Oh, bet. Okay, cool. All right, so with Etsy, I'll start with the 4 hour. You've got a hammer, you got a 212 set up on the 4 hour. Your level for entry on that 4 hour would be at 192.13. Also on the day, you had an inside down day, but it formed like a hammer. So we're looking at price action continue to push upward tomorrow. above 193 even would be an entry point on the day. Then you would have a 212 to the upside on the day. And then what I like best about it was this weekly setup, very strong inside week last week. So now we're looking for a reversal back to the upside. If we get price action to cross 196.46, that would give us a 212 on the week on Etsy. I'm looking at magnitude. First magnitude on the weekly is 205.89. Then 209.25, and then all-time high at 211. Oh, not all-time high, but the next high of 211.82.
An outside month flip.
Right, and that should push us to that should give us, what level is this? A 3 on the month.
Yep.
Yeah, so that would be crazy right there for Etsy. But just looking at how eBay performed Friday, this is just a sector play right here. I really like Etsy, and the charts are telling us the same thing. So Etsy looks fire. So yeah, I definitely like Etsy. I wasn't even gonna bring it up. Yeah. But yeah, that's all I got. Well, look at that. What else? That's it.
Yo, so I guess I'll go next.
All right.
Got a few things that I'm looking at. First, we can start off with Airbnb.
Okay.
And if you don't know me, my name is Cam G, or Mr. Wealthy Soon. I like Airbnb, could do a 3-2 on a day. We got some targets, 155, 157, 50, 160, 162. Yeah, I definitely like that Airbnb play. Where's the broad information that you got, FICO? Okay, so we still got some movement to the top of the broad information. Cool. And then so just kind of reiterating what some of the fellas already said, consumer staples look super fire. There's a lot of money that could be made on those slower old people stocks. So I got a lot of those on my list, like GIS, General Mills. They got a nice little setup. We got an inside week. And then it's gonna get us out of a lot of chop. It has multiple bull flags, like on different time frames. So I like GIS for sure. FICO, you got the broad information on this one?
Let me see. I just looked at it. High. For the most part, it's up there as far as the week is concerned.
And it just hit off the bottom of the broad information app. That's what I put in my notes.
That's wow. The week seemed to be the highest level because it hasn't taken out any new highs.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it just hit off the broad information last week. Okay, so you could do a nice little 3-1-2 on the week. So I do like that General Mills. I wanted to go over some contracts and kind of analyze them before I actually played it. Hopefully I'll be able to get that posted in the group tonight. Realty, that one was super fire. That's one that I'm most likely gonna enter into myself. So y'all did your thing with that one. I also like AZN, AstraZeneca. I know Will has been preaching Pfizer for a while. I see a nice little setup out of the chop with AZN, but it has to get out of this daily chop that it's been in. If it's able to do 3-2 rev on a week, I'll take it. Yep. It's gonna also get out of that broad formation, and then there's also a gap Is that like a 1 point gap?
Believe 59.8 to 58. So yep.
So yeah, you also got a nice little 1 point gap. Healthcare has been moving well. I still see some more healthcare like pushing to the highs. So if we're able to get AstraZeneca out of this chop, I do like that one as well. Another one, I've mentioned them actually a really, really long time ago, but MRK. I like the way that the week is set up on MRK as well. Oh, you got to delete the backslash, FICO.
Oh shoot.
Boom. So MRK had a hammer on the week. Is that a PMG? I couldn't tell from my phone. It was too small. Yep. So like that, and it's also in a bull flag on like the way higher time frames, like the month or quarter. So I do like that as well for MRK. But just realize that this one is also one of those super slow movers. So just keep that in mind. This is another one where I want to analyze the contracts to see if it's even worth it. One I've never heard of. No, excuse me. I've heard of it. I've just never played it. THC. THC looks super fire. THC could potentially do a 2-1-2 on the day. Has a hammer week. Broad information was pretty clear. I'm definitely liking this THC, and it had a nice bullish flow this past week. Have never actually traded this stock myself. FICO, you ever traded this?
Nah. I haven't, but I really don't be playing weed stocks like that.
Yeah, facts. So I'm gonna be watching that one. Workday, the week is setting up kind of crazy. I would catch this one doing also. I believe this is a 3-2 rev on the week.
Yep.
That's another one. And I got also like a bull flag as well on some higher time frames. I also got Altria. That's
Ooh,
also a bull flag break.
Pinch. That's about to bust, bro.
Which one? Workday.
Man, yep.
Yeah. I wanted to analyze some contracts. I've never played them. I've always just kind of watched them a little bit. I play like other things kind of around it, but I never played Workday. So I want to see what those contracts are hitting on. Altria also has a flag break. It's pretty clear to be able to see Altria as well. That's MO.
It's MO.
And then also breaking this flag is going to get us out of this daily chop. Yep, right there. Whole bunch of daily chop with a gap above us. So liking that Altria. This one I know is a slow mover, but if the stock gets to going in your direction, the contracts like they'll jump. It's one of those ones you'll be up 20%, and then you look again, and now you up 60%. So Altria is one of those nice little slow ones. Also like PG for a double inside week break. And yeah, I just like that double inside week break. And it's also in consumer staples, and I'm just super bullish on consumer staples right now. I also got a potential day trade for Monday, which is going to be Palantir. Palantir is in a crazy bull flag on the 60. So I would just enter on the 60. It's one of those day trades that could end up turning into a quick swing trade, maybe 1 day or 2 days. But I would enter it with the mindset of a day trade, just knowing how Palantir moves. Is one of those crazy ones like a rocket or something. It could give you some gains, but it could take it all back in an instant. So you just want to always be on your P's and Q's. If it give you a little bit more, be thankful and be grateful and take that. But it also got a nice hammer on the day as well. And last one that I'm looking at is SoFi. I'm looking at SoFi because SoFi, it gapped down. I think it was because of earnings. But the area that it gapped down into, I counted 9 times that it's come to this zone and it's reversed to the upside every time. So just gonna be monitoring this just because, like I said, it's reversed out of this zone multiple times. So just something just to keep in your brain. And yeah, that's it. That's all I'm looking for this week. Oh, and Francisco just said that SoFi had 100,000 in open interest on call. So yeah, that's fire too. And it's one of the meme stocks. So if it get going, it's gonna really get going.
Nice.
They're weekly.
Nice.
I bet.
Yes, sir. I go. I let Will go last if he don't mind. All right, Pack family, how y'all doing? Hope everybody weekend is going lovely.
Yes, sir.
Wanna try to get through this quickly for us. I want to start with CRM. CRM, they broke their monthly level on Friday. It retraced like how we know stocks usually do when they break major levels. So I'll be watching it to see it retake that level and turn it into support. So that is the level I'll be watching on CRM. So I noticed, recently, I was watching DraftKings last week when it did the same thing. You don't have to pull DraftKings up, I'm just bringing up the monthly level. But DraftKings broke a monthly level too, and about 2-3 later days afterwards, it just shot up and took out all those pivots and regain that monthly level. So I'm hoping CRM could possibly do the same thing, and that's typically what they do. So it can happen suddenly, it can happen gradually. So it'll be on my watch. After that, PayPal. We go to PayPal, FICO. FICO caught a fire swing with them, but all the money went to infrastructure plays last week. So I'm thinking that it's still some life to it. We know there's going to be some life to PayPal. We know the company's, we know what it is and how valuable it is. But I'm looking for it to break the flag. I see a flag on the daily. I see a 212 forming on the weekly that I like. It still has that nice gap above that FICO was so interested in before when he called it. And I would like to get Cam's opinion on this. He kind of knows patterns the best out of us, but it looks like it completed a nice cup and handle pattern on the daily. It looks like it's completed to me, which means it should be reversing back up soon. So be watching PayPal. Another hard-headed little, we like to call this like a little hard-headed nephew stock. Cam mentioned it briefly, but Rocket, it had some nice earnings last week. I won't be too quick to get into this, but I'm just gonna be watching it because the premiums move well when they do move well. But it has a weekly, and the weekly and the monthly levels are only 6 cents apart. We in the pack, we as members, we love key levels that are close to each other. So I like that Rocket has 6 cents apart from the and then it'll complete a 1-2-2 reversal on the month once it breaks that monthly level at $19.61. So Rocket will be on my watch. The weekly level is like 6 cents below that. And it'll definitely be on my watch, just see if you take out those two levels at the same time and get some strength going to it. I'm gonna do a bit more research on the how impressive it did on the earnings, and also look for analyst upgrades on that stock just to make me a little bit more confident on it. But Rocket is definitely known for breaking levels and reversing, so I'll be watching that one. I like Palantir as well. I mentioned them for a day trade. I like what I'm looking to see Palantir do is a 2-2 rev on the month, which will happen above 26.13. And then hopefully after that, it'll be a 2-2 rev on the quarter, which will happen. It will happen at 27.50. So I'm liking Palantir. Had some great earnings last week. people are throwing money at that damn company. It's man, it's a cash cow for sure. So if it could break out that 20, it could get past that 2613, then that 2750, I'll be in. I'll get some starters and keep adding to it for sure. I'll be a part of that ride if it does what I think it could do. My last but not least is QCOM. I had a nice call out on that thing last week. I was up, I ended up about 20%. Only at the peak of it got to about 40%. The call that I made last week, it was for I don't know, yeah, it was, I forgot exactly which one I put. It was a 152, I believe, 150, $150 strike for this week that expires this week. But anyway, I'm liking that the hammer that I see on the weekly. I'm liking what I see in all of the semis, to be honest. They all look like they all ended the week pretty strong. They didn't do pretty much anything all last week. So yeah, and I like that Cam, and FICO, he's mentioned AMD in the video as well. So that's just more confirmation for me as well. What we see coming next week with the semis. And yeah, QCOM, I'll be adding to it if it does what we plan on it doing. Besides that, that's about it. The guys mentioned everything else. I did want to mention that weed stocks, like I mentioned last week, were all on inside months, weeks, and days. And I mentioned that they were setting up for a move. They definitely made a move to the downside, would have paid nicely. I didn't call them out though, so I'm not taking credit or anything. I'm just saying that the weed stocks made a move like I expected them to. The funny part about the weed stocks, the only OGI is the one weed stock that I noticed that went the exact opposite way. It went up. It went up to broke the weekly levels to the upside, and everything else went down. So that was just funny. I wanted to point that out to the stocks, or point that out to the pack, to where how sectors normally move together. We know that industries usually move together, but it can be some little unicorns in there like that as well. So just wanted to point that out to people. And that's about it, Pack family. Let's get this money this week.
Dope. Appreciate that. So, yo, man, I'm happy to be here, man.
Yeah,
for real, this don't feel and not being here. But man, so just overall, as we can tell, we got a lot of push setups in the market. And one of the main things that I want to point out, just as like a little learning lesson, was a lot of the plays I pick off reversals and things like that are for people who have to go to work and don't necessarily have time to look at the chart. So one of the bullish setups we have right now is the old realty setup, which was one of the real estate setups that I love as well. And I remember it was on July 8th, we actually had a old realty entry that was called out at 68.50. So FICO mentioned the potential that you had on return on investment at that time. So, just imagine getting in off those original calls with that same amount of investment at that 68.50 break, and then what your potential would be, on those same September monthly contracts 2 months later. So I just want people to keep that in mind. Stocks go up, you catch things off reversal. If you give yourself time, and even if you're not able to look at the chart, you can produce some really great returns if you're not able to day trade. Just to go through some setups quickly, at the end of the week, Friday, SMH really killed it. We had XLK killed it. Of course, we had healthcare. I love healthcare. It's just been really consistent. So for as consistent as that has been, XLK performed just as well as healthcare did, believe it or not. So some of the setups I'm liking, we've already called out. There's a ton of bullish setups. I love dividend stocks. Pfizer, everybody knows I'm bullish on Pfizer. I'm just parking money there and just, rolling with whatever happens there. I love Etsy, gorgeous call. Apple looks great long. Microsoft looks great long. UNH, Unity Healthcare, great. BMY, Bristol Myers, amazing. Facebook, Amazing, double inside PayPal, nice, great setup, amazing. So we got a ton of great setups. KMB, Kimberly Clark, possible level break on that. Mentioned a bunch of stuff in XLP. So not to take up too much time. The week looks great. We about to get into it. I'm excited. Let's see what happens.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's one little sneaky one, Boss Gary. You would probably like this one. Wheat and Precious Metals, WPM is the ticker.
Okay. Okay, let me pull it up.
I like them for a weekly reversal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see the hammer on the week with two
What is that ticker?
day.
WPM?
WPM.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Another little infrastructure play. Secondary, but I really like Boss Gang said, those semis, those semis look fire.
This might. Oh, okay. So it already did up, down. Interesting.
Look at that gap though on the day.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's like an honorable mention.
Okay. Let me see something really quick. Want to see if the bodies is parked over there.
Yeah. They got some people in there.
Ah, yep, that's they hiding on January. Interesting. Bro, you can't beat those Greeks though. At this price?
Yeah. The Greeks were kind of like, whoa.
Sheesh.
Let me do a little. Yeah.
Put money over there instead of in the bank.
Yep.
Wall Street Rogue, man, you ain't about to hide in the back of the class, man. You got something for the gang, man, or some words of encouragement. What you got for us, bro? We want to hear your voice, man. You know you be working protecting the skies, bro.
Right.
All right, well, really quick though, I want to take a look at, because I know we have a new member in Shadram. Let me see. I want to take a look at coin. Really.
Yeah, that's a new name. Don't know you.
Let's see. Coin looks like a short. Just letting you know, if I am playing coin, the reason why I would say that, same thing I kind of tell people who are new to TOS. If you have, you'd want this to be long. Obviously, it's green on the month, 2 up. But it caught some sort of resistance up here. There should be no reason for it to have had exhaustion, unless we're just. I mean, it didn't even hit the 300 psych level. I don't know what would have pulled it back from 294, unless we're talking about. Is this it? And it wouldn't be that level. So it was on. Oh, so okay. So that broadening formation was valid, but it did because it gapped down below. So because it failed the top side of that range, I'll be looking for this to go 3-2, which is interesting because I haven't been paying attention to how Bitcoin has been performing over the weekend. Will Corey, has it been moving up, or has it pulled back?
Bitcoin's been going kind of sideways over the weekend, just ranging 46, 47,000. Hasn't been doing too much.
Okay. Yeah. So if I was, if I was playing coin, especially with an inside week, if it look for 250.23, and then if you get a 322, it's going to be trying to target the outside of that 3 on the downside, so 226.91. Just play the daily trigger levels on the way down. As far as Regina said, it had earnings as well. And as far as Snow is concerned, Snow got full time frame continuity all across the board. I think Crazy Sam, the smarter trader, this is like, he be calling on the snowman like he's Jeezy's hype man. as much as he be talking about.
Yeah.
So, snow has not hit its weekly magnitude yet, which is 327, 41. And on the month, it's the next target. On the quarter, it's the next target. So, to be honest, you could probably take, let me see, September, October. No, you could probably take like November, 327 or October, look at the open interest, and you could park some money along with snow. It's going to hit that 327.41. Um, that's for damn sure. Like it's moved on the quarter in force. And whenever you look at the month, you can literally see how the volume is ramping up just by looking at the candle. So snow is, just in the middle of its overall arc to get to that target. So, what I'm saying, outside of those two, what I'm saying, everything, those look good. I know as far as healthcare, one of the things we looked at was like mRNA. Some of these things, what I'm saying, you don't necessarily need other eyes to look at. As far as the strat is concerned, we have 5 actionable signals that we look for: hammers, shooters, Momo hammers, Momo shooters, which those two are things that you typically see intraday. If you see a Momo shooter or a Momo hammer, on a daily time frame, boy, hit that joint as soon as it breaks, because that joint is gonna go nuts. And inside bars, that's the reason why we look for inside. You see us calling out back-to-back inside days, back-to-back inside weeks. If you see shooters, you typically run. Right now, Moderna has a shooter on a week. If Moderna went 2 down at 320, 372, after, so think about it. You have back-to-back actionable signals on multiple time frames. The low 372, as far as the day is concerned, is also the weekly trigger. Moderna gave you back-to-back inside down days. If it breaks to the bottom of this consolidation, it's going to go get 372. If it gets this trigger, Moderna is going to go 343.20. That's just what price action does. You don't need us to, I'm saying, to point that out. Y'all know it's hot, because I know whenever y'all be like, hey, take a look at such and such. Y'all not asking because the play don't, what I'm saying, if you're not sure, y'all know the play fire. And QRVO got a PMG off of the inside hammer, back up on the day, and the target will be 201.46. So if the contract is Gucci and you got the volume, don't be shocked if that joint rips. Plus, with QRVO, it's got enough spacing in between that it should not lose momentum if the contracts pick up. Just make sure that you don't get caught up in what Will is talking about, the chop. Because if you look at the daily, you might get a rip through that range. You want to make sure it don't fail. But right now, you might go inside down. You are 2 down. You are bears 2 up on the month. You're already to the 2-2 reversal on the week. And right now, but you never know, because it's all squeezing the side of a wedge, and it's got mother bar problems in between 201.68 and 164.10.
Oh, yeah.
All of that is stuck inside of there. Don't get caught up in the chop.
He gonna come back talking like we've been listening.
Bro, your sound fucked up. Like the
My,
last 30 seconds.
my sound did.
Yeah, it went out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
He gonna come
man.
back talking like we heard you.
Oh shoot!
You
What's the last thing you heard?
you were saying like what he's saying in the song. Boss man saying in the song.
Between 201.68 and 164.10, it's all mother bar problems. If this is a 3-week chart, all of that is stuck inside of that range. So you don't really got confirmation to go long or short as far as like a daily or weekly time frame. Intraday, shorter than a day, what I'm saying, you got all the all the juice that you need. But right now it's all squeezing into a bull flag, and what I'm saying, we know exactly what direction that's gonna go. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this ripped to YouTube as quick as possible. I've been on the highway all
Yo,
day.
Daily.
Say again.
There you go, Fico. There you
There you
go.
go.
You just came back. You went out. You went out again.
Not the expensive mic. We ain't going in and out. Oh, bruh. Man, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Hey, whatever you trying to say, got to be some gold in it though.
Man.
They trying to not let it get to the people.
But don't get caught in the chop on this. Let's have this conversation in the Discord. I'm going to get this rip put on YouTube, post it in the chat as soon as possible, hopefully in the next 20 minutes. And I want to hear what plays y'all are looking at. Throw some charts up. Tell us what we're looking at. 312s, 212s, weekly reversals. Are we failing? Are we failing moves to the upside and ripping potential outside weeks or outside days? Let me know, gang, and let's eat. Outside of that, your boy Fico, it's been real. I'll see y'all in the Discord. Peace.
Much love. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Let's get this chicken together. Let's keep growing together.
Right on, family. Y'all have a good evening. We'll catch y'all in the Discord. Let's get it.
Hey.